So hello gamers, I played an unbelievable amount of the REDSEC Battle Royale, as well as tested all of the damage numbers on the weapons in the game. And today we'll be talking about the best weapons in Battlefield 6's Battle Royale, because the meta for this game is much different than the multiplayer. But yeah, let's get into it. To simplify this, I'll be playing multiplayer, but I will be showing clips of these weapons in the Battle Royale as well. But the first weapon up is, of course, the SCW-10. Now, the SCW-10 is one of the best weapons in the multiplayer. It is so unbelievably good. Up close, it is capable of killing in 150 seconds, but it has a massive downside, which is the of course, the magazine size of 15 rounds. The funny thing is, in Battle Royale, you cannot find this weapon with less than a 20-round magazine, which is unbelievable. And no, they did not change the damage. So it does 33 damage up to 10 meters, meaning it kills in 6 bullets up close. Not to mention, if you actually put on the hollow point ammo on a custom loadout for this, you could kill in 4 headshots. 4 shots to kill in the Battle Royale on a full health player. It's ridiculous. The other upside of this one is that it actually has much better range than many of the other SMGs. Hold on. Damn, this gun is so good. In the Battle Royale, you'll see, like, you can actually do some damage from decent ranges as well. It fires slower than the KV-9, which is the Vector, but it has much better range, and it actually kills faster than the Vector. And yeah, check this gun out. It's unbelievable. Next up, we have a gun that was okay in the multiplayer, but not amazing, but is so good in the Battle Royale, and that is the GRT-BC. This is a carbine with a great rate of fire, a very nice time to kill up close, but then it also has much better range than many other carbines, but it still has carbine handling. Plus, it's a bullpup, so you can actually reload while aiming, which is kind of nice, and the bullet velocity is really good as well. This gun feels really, really nice in the Battle Royale. It's not as good in the multiplayer, of course, but I think M4 damage was slightly lower fire rate, but just much better accuracy. Also, is this like the worst domination map ever? Like, why is this just like a hallway, bro? But next up, we have a combination, that being the M240L and the M60. And this is essentially the SCW-10 with more range on it, basically. It has double the initial damage range, which is really good. Then this gun also kills in 8 bullets on a full health player up to 75 meters away, which is really, really good. I had a clip where I landed an almost 1v4 with this gun with no armor. And of course, unlike a carbine or an SMG, this weapon actually has the range to back it up as well. Not to mention, if you got a custom loadout version of this gun, you would be able to, you know, bipod up and then just go crazy at range as well. Next up, we have a weapon that will not be shown very well in domination because it's more of a Battle Royale type gun, that being the SVK. This is a semi-auto DMR that fires at a pretty respectable rate of fire. Definitely not the fastest of any of the DMRs, but unlike other DMRs though, this actually does some serious damage. It is capable of killing in no less than 4 bullets at any distance. And when I say no less, I mean maximum 4 bullets and often less than that, which is insane.
Is that, I forgot the name. It was
That means it has similar hits to kill in some cases to the Mini Scout, which is, you know, a bolt action sniper. This gun is extremely good. The multiplayer was already really good, and then I was like, wait, it doesn't have any damage drop past a certain range. It drops from 67 down to 50 damage, and then after that, it just doesn't have damage drop, which is just insane, and this gun is just unbelievable. There's an argument to be made that you just don't even need a sniper. I will say the snipers do have better headshot damage, which is nice, and this gun will basically beat any other weapon at medium range if you're good, you know? It just has better time to kill than any other weapon at that range. But next up, we have a gun that's actually very mid in multiplayer, that being the RPK. In multiplayer, this gun is not very good, but what it does have is very nice sustained accuracy, which means that you can full auto people from pretty far away. Compared to something like the M60, it doesn't really deal as much damage, but it has decent handling and it actually puts out pretty good damage up close. The fire rate isn't the best, but it's also worth mentioning that you spawn in with this weapon pretty much any time that you get redeployed after a certain point in the game. You either come back with your pistol or you come back with a pistol and this weapon. So it is 100% worth it to get good with this weapon, you know? It won't be your own custom loadout, so it's not really worth it to level it up just to have a custom version of this because you always start with the same one. But, I mean, this gun is pretty good, so. But next up, we have a gun that felt tailor-made for the Battle Royale, that being the SOR 300.
Oh! Wait, did you die?
This gun is really interesting because it doesn't shoot that fast, but the spread is really good, and the damage up close is also pretty good. In the multiplayer, it's honestly not the best gun, but it has that 33.5 damage profile up close, so it can actually hold its own up close pretty well, and it has pretty good spread, so you can full auto people for a lot of rounds at mid to long range, which is basically what you need when you're playing the Battle Royale, and it also has carbine handling, so this is definitely a great weapon to use if you find it, and maybe even make a custom loadout for it. I don't know, I'd personally prefer to use like the M240 or something like that if I got a custom loadout drop, but this is one of those guns that I'm like, if I pick it up, I'm like, I can work with this. But next up we have any bolt action sniper rifle.
Fire. Oh, the fire, I'm pinned. Oh, unlucky.
I think the SV98 is a very underrated one because this one in the upper torso can actually do 100 damage between 45 and 70 meters away, which means you can two-shot to the upper body from 45 to 70 meters away. And something like the M2010 only does that past like 80 meters away. But mid-range, this is a really, really good sniper rifle for weaken enemies up or maybe even get it down, which is nice. The Mini Scout fires fast, but doesn't do as much damage as I thought. It'll do 100 headshot where the SVK might have done, 85 headshots. So the PSR is actually super mid. I'm not gonna lie. Bullet velocity isn't as great as the M2010, and at the ranges where this does 100 to the torso, which is over 100 meters away, you're probably not going to need to fight people anyway. So I think that one's actually kind of mid. But just really pick your poison with the snipers, they're all good. But then next up we have a gun that will be extremely good if you can get a good loadout on it. That being, of course, the L85A3. It's basically the SCAR with a little bit more fire rate, which means it can contend in close range a little bit better, but it ends up having pretty similar accuracy, which is nice. I'm not going to pretend this has the best time to kill at, close to mid-range or anything like that. If you're running this and a sniper rifle and you get a final circle with like CQC, you might get screwed over, so just keep that in mind. That's why I really like something like SEW10, because you could run, a DMR and then the SEW10, and then up close you can have really good time to kill. Okay, I just got disconnected. Basically, this weapon puts out the same damage profile as the M4, the G36, the SOR, but it kind of balances the fire rate and spread better than the other ones. The G36 also does a pretty good job. Next up, we have a weapon that everybody kind of expected would be amazing, and that is, of course, the DRS IAR.
I hit more than 20.
Which is a mixture of an assault rifle and a light machine gun. If you get the ones that spawn in the level, they are not going to be as good as a loadout one would be because, as far as I'm aware, it's nearly impossible to get a bipod on a non-custom weapon, which is annoying because that kind of hampers a lot of the LMGs. But if you have a bipod, you can get like no spread and no recoil out of this gun. But it does close range pretty well as well. Good fire rate, decent handling. You can get decent hip fire out of it as well. Also has really, really high bullet velocity, so that makes it really good. But yeah, definitely a weapon worth using in the multiplayer as well as the Battle Royale. The handling isn't as good as other ARs, and neither is the hip fire, so you have to keep that in mind. I don't think this is going to win every single CQC fight, but it'll definitely win quite a few CQC fights while still being able to, bipod and just destroy people at range as well. Really, really good weapon. I like to have a bipod on because when you actually can use the bipod, it's amazing. So it's nice to have it. Damn, dude. I could yap about this gun all day, bro. It's just so good. Definitely use the revolver. The revolver is able to 3-shot people from full health. And also, it's just amazing in the multiplayer. But it can also kill in a headshot and a body shot to about like 20 meters, which is really good if it's the start of the game. This gun is really, really good. I mean, the hipfire is also good. Next up, we have both the L110 and the M123K.
Contact!
These weapons are essentially, they're just basically 100-round assault rifles, to be real with you. The handling on them is pretty mid, but the L110 has 720 RPM and the M123K has 830 RPM, which is the same RPM as the M433. And it also has exactly the same damage profile as the M433, which is crazy. It doesn't handle as well, but you get 100 bullets and way better spread. So it is 100% worth using over the M433. This gun is just unbelievable, man. Dude. They might need to nerf this gun. I'm not gonna lie. Not the best spread in the world or anything, but damn, this thing just hits, bro. Last up, we have a gun that is interesting because it definitely can be difficult to use it in the mid to end game because the range isn't the best. What? I just got disarmed, bro. I didn't have a gun. Anyway, up close, this has 6-shot kill to the body at 720 RPM, which gives it the same CQC time to kill as the TR7, which is the gun with a million recoil. The issue is that the damage range isn't that good. But in the early game, this gun can 5-shot, and if you had hollow points, it could 3-shot headshot in the early game, which is insane. And if you have a decent medium range weapon, this is a great backup close range weapon. But yeah, only 10% of the people watching are subscribed. So if you guys are enjoying anything Battlefield 6 related, make sure to subscribe, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Have a nice day.